She was at the end of her life. She was suffering a great deal. Louder? It was the suffering, the story of my aunt, an aunt whom I loved very deeply. At the end of her life, she was suffering terribly, and it was an awful experience for me to have to go through that, to witness her suffering and not be able to do anything about it. That was the catalyst for the story, although the story of my aunt has nothing to do with the story that I tell on screen.
And can you talk about staging the film almost entirely in an apartment, and what the challenges were from a directorial standpoint of doing that?
Ja, also erstmal ist es ja so, wenn man alt ist und wenn man krank ist, reduziert sich das Leben natürlich auf die eigenen vier Wände. Also es gab sozusagen schon die äußere Vorgabe, das so zu tun. Man hätte natürlich auch einen sozialkritischen Film machen können mit den ganzen Dingen, die da drumherum sind, mit Krankenhaus und etc. Das hat mich nicht interessiert, mich hat eben diese Liebesbeziehung interessiert. Und der eigentliche Grund war natürlich eine ästhetische Überlegung, dass man, wenn man sich schon einem so anspruchsvollen Thema zuwendet, müsste man eine Form finden, die sozusagen auf der Höhe des Themas ist, und deswegen habe ich mich für diese klassische Form von Einheit, Zeit, Ort und Handlung entschieden.
First of all, when you're old and when you're elderly, then in fact your life is reduced to the four walls that you live in. That was the external reason for the choice. Similarly, I could have opened the story up. I could have made a drama that included everything that goes on around, the scenes in hospital, everything, to make the sort of a socially critical film that you often see on television. But that wasn't my concern. What I was focusing on was the love story. There was another consideration for the aesthetic choice, however. When you're dealing with a theme that's as serious as this one, then you have to find a form that's worthy. It's worthy of what you're dealing with. And that was the reason that I went back to the three classical unities of Greek drama, of time, space, and action.
And can you talk a little bit about the casting of the two leads, which is obviously very essential for the film, and was there anything in the script that gave either Jean-Louis Trintignant or Emmanuel Riva any concern about taking these roles, which are very revealing of themselves, both physically and emotionally?
Ja, ich habe das Buch für Jean-Louis Trintignant geschrieben. Ich hätte den Film nicht ohne ihn gemacht, weil er nicht nur ein grandioser Schauspieler ist, sondern weil er auch diese menschliche und warmherzige Ausstrahlung hat, die für die Rolle notwendig ist. Also es war klar, dass er das spielen wird. Mit Emmanuel Riva war es so, dass ich sie natürlich gesehen hatte in Hiroshima und Amour als junger Mann und sie damals ganz toll fand, aber sie dann doch ein bisschen aus den Augen verloren habe, und habe dann ganz normales Casting mit den Damen dieses Alters in Frankreich gemacht, und es war sofort klar nach der ersten Probe mit ihr, dass sie die ideale Besetzung ist. Nicht nur, weil sie wunderbar ist als Schauspielerin, sondern weil sie auch mit dem Jean-Louis ein sehr glaubwürdiges Paar ergibt.
I wrote the screenplay for Jean-Louis Trintignant. In fact, I wouldn't have shot the film without him. Not only is he a superb actor, but also he exudes the human warmth that was necessary for the role. It was different with Emmanuel Riva. I'd seen her as a young man in Hiroshima, My Love. I was immediately smitten by her, but I'd lost her from sight over the years. So when it came to that part, I did a normal casting in Paris. I met with all the actresses of the appropriate age. It was clear from the first edition with Emmanuel that she was ideal for the part, not only because she's a wonderful actress, but also because she and Jean-Louis Trintignant form a very credible couple.
Was there anything in the script that they were afraid of in any way? I mean, Emmanuel has this particularly revealing scene in the shower. Was she ready for that? Did you have to lead her there as a director?
Naja, es war natürlich, als wir uns das erste Mal getroffen haben und sie das Buch gelesen hat, habe ich sie gefragt, ob sie irgendwelche Ängste oder Schwierigkeiten hat, und da kam natürlich die Nacktheit zur Sprache, und gesagt, das ist leider unumgänglich. Also sagte sie, dann wird sie das nicht als Emmanuel Riva erleben, sondern als Anne im Film, und dann ist es auch wirklich für sie. Und so war es auch. Und ich habe mich natürlich auch bemüht, ihre Würde als Schauspielerin, also als Person zu bewahren, in der Art, wie es gefiel. Sie wollte mich ja nicht draufsetzen auf das Elend, aber es ist notwendig, dass es gezeigt wird.
After Emmanuelle had read the screenplay, and when I met her for the first time to discuss the part, I asked her if there was anything that she found difficult, that she made her nervous, and she did reference the nudity. And I told her that unfortunately the scene was unavoidable, it was absolutely essential for the film, and she said that she'd shoot it then, but she would shoot it not as herself, as Emmanuelle Riva, but rather she would shoot it in the part of Anne, and that made it bearable for her. As a director, I did everything I could to preserve her dignity. I didn't exaggerate the misery, the physical misery that she was going through, or...
I'll take questions now from